Hi, friend. How are you doing today? So nice to see you again. The other day, I was mentioning to you about where I was telling you I feel like things are changing again for me. And because things are changing, I feel like I have to make a new schedule for myself. And I had always made a schedule when I first started doing these medical medium protocols because it was a way to simplify everything and make it repeatable. And then I didn't really have to think about it after I learned the schedule. And I feel like I'm in the same boat right now because I'm doing different things. Well, actually, anytime throughout my whole journey when I was implementing new food or adding different protocols. I always work off of a schedule because it takes the thinking part out of the equation. I don't have to think so much about things. I don't have to decide on so many things. So I always kind of made a schedule for myself. And I don't know about you, but I love working with schedules because it simplifies everything for me. And I feel like I'm going through that again. So I am making a whole new schedule for the way I am eating now and for the life I'm in, for the lifestyle I'm in, and how much time I have and how much energy I can give. Because when I first started, I was so sick that my life didn't include any activities. I was basically homebound for a whole year. And so my only job was to make myself food and to eat. That's the only thing I could think about. That's the only thing I had enough energy for. It's the only thing that I could do. I couldn't go out anywhere. I basically stayed home for about a year. So I had all the time in the world to cook and make food and all that kind of stuff. But as I started to heal, your interest and things that you're capable of doing change. So then I had to switch where, okay, I have to make food to fit my lifestyle. Like I was being more active. I had to eat more calories because I was more active. Things like that. I had to think about all the factors that were happening in my life that contributed to me creating a schedule and a diet that fit my needs. It's the same thing when we went through the pandemic time. I had to change the way I was buying food and how I was doing things because I wasn't going to the store as often. I was home a lot. I had to think of my husband and myself because my husband eats a totally different diet than I do. So for anyone else who has family members that don't eat the same, I get it. I cook different things for my husband than I do for myself. We eat differently. And so it's a lot of schedules. Schedules for me really simplify my life around making food and keeping myself healthy because I still believe in using food to heal. It's like my medicine. And so it's a job of mine to make sure that I get my medicine. And that's why I create schedules for myself. And right now I feel like I'm in that period where I need to create a schedule. So I just thought I would share with all of you because maybe some of you don't work off of schedules and that's great and it works for you. But I myself find that I need schedules. I can't just wing it. When I wing it or I don't really plan, it's kind of like a shit show. Sorry, but it's all over the place. It plays around with my energy. I feel like I struggle more when I don't have a schedule. And for myself, having a schedule is really, really, really important. I don't know for you, but I need to plan things. I need to make it work around what activities I have. Even something as simple as going on a vacation, I plan all my meals. That's the first thing I plan. I make sure that I'm going to have food. I'm going to have know where I can get food. That's something else I do. When I go on a vacation, I investigate and I look for grocery stores. I look for restaurants that would be someplace that I could eat in the area. I also look for juice bars or smoothie bowl places because then I can get a whole bunch of fruits all at once. I'm telling you, when you go on vacation, smoothies, acai bowls are like my best friend because you need so much calories when you're on vacation because you're always on the go. I was always hungry and I would always have bananas and apples and oranges on hand as snacks and dates, smoothies, and acai bowls were my best friend on trips. Baked potatoes with nothing on it is my other best friend for dinner. That's how I eat because I can't really eat a salad because most salads out there have stuff in like cheese, lots of oil, lots of nuts. They heavily put ingredients like nuts and seeds and dried fruits or beans or grains and then a fatty dressing. But I don't eat salads like that. So I found going out to find salads isn't always the best option. Plus, I need a whole bunch of leafy greens if I'm going to eat to keep me full because I will burn through that lettuce so fast. Like I'll eat and then in about an hour, I'll be hungry again. So I found potatoes to be very satisfying to pair with a side salad because normally side salads don't really have much stuff in it. So I'll get something like that and I'll pair it together. But again, going on trips takes planning. So I always found that planning and creating a system or creating a schedule for myself was the best way to combat any kinds of stress, low energy levels, time, even budget too. That can even help with budget. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're just starting this journey, make a schedule for yourself. Plan everything out. I plan everything down to the supplements and it's time to take it, the time to drink my celery juice, the time to wake up, the time to drink water. I have to plan my time to drink water. I remember sometimes I forget to drink water. I'm not one to drink water. So I had to put it in the plan, drink water at a certain time to have enough hydration in my body. That's something that's very important on your healing journey because you are detoxing so much stuff. You need to stay hydrated or else you will feel all the trouble that's coming up. I would say drink lots of water to make the symptoms least intense. That's something actually that Anthony, medical medium, had mentioned to me when I had the phone call because I was telling him I was having such big bloating when I would have a smoothie. And I said, oh, my stomach would be so bloated and it would hurt and it would just be so uncomfortable for like hours. He's like, oh, make sure you're drinking water, drink more water. And I was like, okay. So I'm telling you right now, if you're struggling with detoxing and you're eating all these foods and you're just starting, or even if you're not just starting and you're struggling with your detox symptoms, drink more water. So I don't know who needs to hear this message today, but again, if you found this video and this video found you, maybe it's time to start planning a schedule for your day, for your meals, for your supplements, for your water, because it will simplify your life and take away the decision making and give you a little bit more ease that you don't have to think about so many things throughout the day and you can just take care of yourself effortlessly. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.